Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Classic Gamer 74. I am your host, Anthony Gamer, and in today's episode, we're going to discuss the NES game Kirby's Adventures in Dreamland. Now, some of you are probably thinking, hey, wait a minute, you said you were going to talk about Amori. Well, I planned to. The problem is, when I was playing the game, I thought I was further along than I was. Come to find out, I got a long way to go. Some experts estimate it takes about 20 hours to beat that game, and I didn't have anywhere near that. So I'm going to get a little further in the game, and then I'm going to review it for everybody. So stay tuned for that. Now, Kirby is the titular character of this game. Now, this would be actually his second game, as his first appearance would be in the 1992 Game Boy game, simply called Kirby's Dream Land. A lot of people don't know that game actually came out first, but it came out a year before. Now, Kirby himself was created by Masahiro Sakurai, and the character himself is really cute, as you see from the picture we got there in the corner. But he's tougher than he looks, and he became quite popular and has been in over 50 games in just about every genre, from puzzle, racing, pinball, and is also been in every installment of the Super Smash Bros. Series. Now, we can sit here all day and talk about how cool Kirby is, but the best thing to do is to just jump right into the game. So let's check out Kirby's Adventure in Dreamland. Now, as the game starts off, you can see just how bright the colors are in this game, and how cute Kirby is. Now, what happens first is they're going to give you a little bit of instructions on how to actually use Kirby and utilize the powers that he has in this game. And he's got some pretty cool ones. Okay, we see about how Kirby can fly. And Kirby's biggest weapon is appetite. Oh yeah. Now, what's interesting is that when Kirby absorbs somebody, watch this. Sucks them in, and when he inhales them, you push down and he inhales their power, or digests them and uses their power. Now, because this is a Nintendo game, I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that he doesn't actually digest them and they're gone forever. They actually reappear somewhere else in the world. I mean, this is Nintendo after all. We're not going to have, anybody get eaten and gone forever. So you can see some of the cool different abilities that Kirby can take from his enemies. I love the sword. The sword's got to be one of my favorites. The parasail's kind of cute too, but you can use it as a weapon and it can help you to float around and stuff. There's so many different cool abilities that Kirby can get, not just from the characters he fights against, but he can pick up some really cool stuff from his bosses as well, like that backdrop move. That's kind of cool. But anyway, alright, so let's get into the story behind the game. The peaceful life of Dreamland was shattered by a mysterious crisis. The inhabitants didn't dream. On the edge of Dreamland, dreams and hope once gushed forth from the dream spring, fueled by the Star Rod. Investigating the dream spring, Kirby found Naughty King Deep swimming in its magical waters. Deep had broken the Star Rod and given the pieces to his friends, who are now hiding in Dreamland. Back the Lost Dreams, Kirby, the Star Road. So the game begins. Now, there are some enemies that are indestructible, like that floaty thing there. But pretty much all of your other opponents, you have the ability to either spit things at them or digest them. And of course, that flying is always very helpful. Yep, sorry Kirby, that thing is indestructible. You might as well just move on. Yep. So, there are some levels you can actually just fly over. Now, honestly, it does have that, you have that ability sometimes. The thing that irritates me, though, sometimes in this game is when you get a really cool weapon or ability, and then somebody hits you, and then you drop it. Because when you get hit, you lose that ability, and you have to grab that star again. So you watch, there I go, grab it, yep, see? So every time you get hit, you lose it, you gotta try to grab it again. And you only have so much time to do it in, because if you don't, well, that's it. Then you have to fight it. Then you have to try to find another one. Now here's a mini boss fight, as I'm going up against this annoying whatever this guy is. So, my typical, he throws something at me, I grab it, and then I spit it back at him. He's just a minor boss. He's not even like a world boss. Now, you have 7 worlds in this game, and you have sub areas. Now watch, I'm going to absorb his power, and there I have the crash power. Boom! Yep. So you have the levels within the levels, and it can be a long game. It's not really all that difficult, to be honest with you. It's more of just platforming than puzzles, although there are a few puzzles in the game. But honestly, it's not really that difficult. I beat the game in about 2 hours. So, I mean, it's not overly difficult. I wouldn't put it on the same level as like some of the Mario games, as they can be quite difficult. But overall, like I said, it's actually so much fun that you're not going to really feel the time go by. One of the things I love about this game, besides the main levels, you have these side quests or these mini games that you take part in, where you are trying to pick up different things and gain more abilities and stuff like that. And they really make it easy for you. There are lots of opportunities to replenish your energy. And of course, there's lots of enemies so that you can grab their abilities. And there's lots of ways to get extra lives. Like I said, the game is, like I said, not really hard, but they do make it easier for perhaps younger players or older players like me that have like no dexterity anymore to succeed in this game. And here's going to be our first boss battle as we come to the end of level 1 Vegetable Valley, and we're going to be meeting our first boss. You see, I already have the freeze ability with me, and here he is, this big bad tree. Oh, lost it. Sometimes, though, it's best to use their own powers against them, but I like the freeze because you can freeze things and then throw it at them. Oops. And having me a little bit of trouble here. Probably I should have just used his moves against him, but you know, I like to be difficult. And I got him. And every time you beat one of the level boss, the main bosses, you get part of the wand back. One of the other mini games I wanted to share is the egg catcher. This one is kind of cool, as you're trying to catch eggs but not the bombs. And there's deep to deep. I always thought he was flipping me off there at the front, but probably not. Nope. Didn't do so well on that one, but I did get some bonus points out of it. The minigame I wanted to show you is this one, the quick draw. This one is really cool. This is one where you are trying to have a quick draw with each of these different enemies of King Deep to Deep, and basically you just try to outdraw your opponent. And if you draw too early, you get a penalty. So you have to really have your finger close to the A button and take out as many of these guys as you can. I think I can only go to about the 4th or 5th guy, and that's about as far as I can get. I don't know how it is I keep getting outdrawn by this guy. Yeah, this is the guy right here. I never can get him, and I've fought him a couple different times on this, but, well, maybe eventually I will. As you move on through the game, the enemies themselves get tougher and tougher. The levels themselves are more puzzle-like, and of course the bosses, each one of them have special abilities and special strengths and weaknesses that you've got to look out for. And like I said, the game is not all that difficult. It can get frustrating at times, but not to the point of, like, let's say a game like Cuphead, which I'm going to eventually review that once I actually get pretty decent at it, where you're going to play it for a while and just throw up your hands, throw the controller, and say, I give up. This is not one of those games. It's just so much fun that you're going to keep playing until eventually you beat it. I'd like to say that I've been playing this game since it first came out, but unfortunately this is another one of those games that I discovered later on as an adult. I know some of you are probably thinking, what Nintendo games did you play? It seems like a lot of these games I discovered much after the fact, but that is kind of how it goes. I love the commercials back in the day for the game, but like I said, I just never got around to playing it until I was in my 20s. So how about you? Did you guys enjoy playing Kirby? Did you play it back in the day, or did you discover it and its many, many sequels later in life? Let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to hear your stories. In our next episode, we're going to feature more games featuring the Peanuts characters. Well, that brings this episode of Classic Gamer 74 to a close. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed presenting it to you. If you did like it, let me know by giving me a great big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and do not forget to click that little bell icon down there so you'll be notified when I upload any new episodes. I want to take this moment to thank all my patrons. I've got some really cool stuff on my Patreon that you cannot find anywhere else. I got some videos of games that, well, let's just say they aren't really fit for YouTube. I got some behind the scenes stuff and all kinds of cool things on my Patreon channel. So again, please be generous and help me out on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can unlock some really cool stuff and you'll get your name up here so everyone can know that you are a member of this channel and you believe in Classic Gamer 74. Connect with me on all my social media platforms. Check out my Teespring store and check out some of my books on Amazon. I have books that I've written about gaming history, family, fantasy, all kinds of different genres. So check those out as well. Well, until next time, this has been Anthony Gamer. I will see you in the next episode. Until then, be strong, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and above all, take care of each other, be kind to each other, and stop hate of all kinds. See you soon. Bye for now.